Sky Dog Eastside Entertainment, ESC Rocks, talking to Tallest Buildings in Norway, talking to Adam Hunter and Dusty Baker here. How you guys doing today?
Superb.
Obviously drunk.
Drunk.
Well, yeah.
All right. Well, how tell us how you guys been? How long you guys been around?
About 6 months.
About 6 months. What have you guys done? Prior to this.
That's a good question now, because I mean, you can't just sum that up in like a couple sentences. So.
Right before this, as far as I'm concerned, we prayed out parade. Myself, singer of the band Robbie. Before that, he was in a band called Parrot in London,
right, with
a drummer that was previously with us, myself and Robbie, in a band called Some Inferior. I was also in a band called Mind Latch after that.
Time Fear kind of was the molding point for all these bands to jump off.
He kind of just disappeared. Like, we started this band when we were 15. Yeah. He went down to the South, lived there for a while, and started talking again. Discussions about together, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's going really good about now, though. I'm really satisfied with the direction that everything's going.
Right. So you guys are pretty new and stuff like that. What kind of like music do you guys play? Because from what I hear, it's like a variety of genre of music. What would you call your style of music? For those out there that haven't heard it.
That's the hard thing, because we don't want to be one genre. We want to be here, there, and we want to be in your fucking backyard, you know what I mean? So, it's like, we'll rip your fucking face off with a metal song, and then we'll play a song that you can make out with your chick with.
We don't strive to be any sound, we just strive to be happy musically.
Right.
And we've all been in bands where there were times in early bands that I was like writing stuff, and he's like, that's too fucking heavy, and then he's writing stuff, and I'm like, that's too fucking poppy. But we got to the point that we've all appreciated each other, we learn from each other, and we're trying to, at this point it's kind of like rock, metal, alternative, pop.
If you could
label
go
that.
You know?
But if we do country tomorrow, and we do grindcore the day after that, then so be it. We all like different kinds of music, we just want to keep ourselves happy.
Well, where did you guys actually come up with the name, the Tallest Buildings in Norway?
We've been asked this like 30,000 fucking times.
30,000 fucking one time.
30,001.
It's actually a complicated story. And I'm just gonna sum it up in a real The thing is, we have this fascination, even though we're not. We have this thing like. Some members like the history of Nazism, and first we came up with we thought about how it only took 2 or so weeks for the Nazi Germany to take all the ports in Norway, and we were just talking about that in one practice one day, and it kind of flowed from there. I mean, it's hard to explain after that, but I think actually Nazism was what gave us our name.
It kind of makes sense in the sense that
you're gonna put crosses on your foreheads.
No. It's like there's us that might believe in Nazi or like the extreme right and whatever, but at the same time there's also the ideal the idea that Hitler and Germany came in and took over Norway, and it was destroyed and it was rebuilt, and we've all been in bands that have been destroyed and rebuilt, and I feel that this is the strongest band we've been in so far.
Right.
So this means more than anything ever has.
And you guys are actually trying to get into Warped Tour.
We're trying to get on Warped Tour right now. For our area, we're number 66 last time I checked. Maybe we might be up more than that.
Climbing. We move up about.
They're picking 4 bands. You guys need to vote if possible. Just get on there. It's not hard. You just put an email address in.
Well, what's the website?
It's battleofthebands.com. Pretty
simple as that.
You type in the tallest buildings in Norway, and you register a little email, and you vote for it, and it goes off the plays and the votes and everything like that. And
you come vote, I'll come to your house and make sure you get laid.
He's good at doing that too.
Now you guys have been in so many bands. What do you think this band right here is gonna make it stick? That you're done, playing in, this is it.
I think we're all happy.
Yeah.
I think that in Some Inferior, there was we all had our own problems at the time, and I wasn't happy with not being heavy enough, and he wasn't happy with my struggle to be happy enough with metal. there was Miles, there was this, there was everybody has. We're all very versatile in what we like, and we're all pretty much on the same page as that. But it's like my stipulation for starting this band was, there will be no this is too heavy, this is too mellow. This will be whatever we feel like playing.
Right.
And I think that in doing so, if there's a country song tomorrow, like I said, or there's a grindcore song the next day, we're all into that. So be it. We're all going to stay happy and play what we want to play, and we're all capable of playing what we want to play.
We're tired of the repeat of failure, of a broken up band that it just ends with nothing. I mean, what do you get from that? So it's time to buckle down and get shit done.
Just make everybody happy.
Do you see anything right now, that might hinder you guys from getting to the next level? Any problems that you might see along the way?
Japan.
Japan?
Japan's a fucking problem.
Yeah,
It's because they don't understand English. It's alright.
we want to go to Tokyo.
No, we thought it would be
Shit!
We want to go to Tokyo.
That's it. I know, honestly, man, I mean, like, I think that a lot of bands don't make it big because they don't persist.
Right.
And I think that it's not so much that we say, well, we have what it takes, we're not arrogant. I mean, we believe in our own music, but it's the sense that there's plenty of bands that should be farther than what they are. And they just give up. It's hard to keep selling tickets. It's hard to keep people to come to shows. It's hard to consistently market yourself, but you just have to keep pushing for it. And I think that for once, we've got everything we need. We've found the missing puzzle pieces. Like, we've been in bands together before, Dustin, myself, Robbie, and we've never had the fourth piece. We have Jeff. Jeff is everything I could ever dream of wanting to be in a band.
Jeff makes the band whole.
He finally feels like we have. It's not like even from before, like every band I've ever been in, I've never been in a band that had a full piece that all felt good. And he does what he does. He's an incredible fucking musician, best drummer I've ever played with, and he has a good head on himself. He wants to get his shit done, man.
Yeah.
And he's beautiful.
Oh, I want to suck his dick too.
Me?
I would eat everything he has.
I thought about it.
I mean, of course, everybody has.
It's just, it happens.
I mean, it was just a big, I know it's cliche, but it was that big puzzle with one missing piece.
Yeah.
It was. And like we finally came back together and like
Jeff is like the whole.
just everything we ever wanted. And funnily enough, like if we go back really far, we go back to Simon days. Jeff was a little younger than all of us, and we had a show coming up, and Dustin kind of helped orchestrate that whole first show, and Jeff started playing. I'm like, yeah, this kid's cool, Jeff got really good. And then we were playing in Prairie Dog Parade, and hooked up with Jeff, and I was like, this guy comes to me, he's like, I need a drummer. And I'm like, I knew this kid really good. He's sitting at the bar, came to see us, really cool kid, really good drummer. They started playing, they started this band Into the Afterlife.
Right.
And then one day, it just happens that Todd was in the band for a minute. He was like, let's jam with Jeff. We jammed with Jeff, and next thing you know, Jeff's the best thing that ever happened to us.
That's good.
And the others. You know what's funny?
Yeah, tell me.
I said to
Tell
Lisa
us.
the other day, we were riding in the car on the way home from that show, the last show.
Yeah.
And I said, to think all this happens right now, no matter how we got to this point, I am who I am now. And Robbie is who he is now. And we met Jeff because...
That's not Robbie.
No, it's not Robbie.
That's okay.
What I'm saying is, because I posted a flyer in On Cue,
Right.
and this motherfucker answered it. I posted a flyer in On Cue, I was about like 8th, 9th grade, and I said, bass player wanted. He's the only motherfucker that answered it because he tore the fucker down.
Are you debating now that maybe you should have went on a Craigslist?
There wasn't Craigslist. There wasn't Craigslist, you asshole.
I ripped down the flyer.
He ripped
so
down the
nobody
flyer
else
and he
can
called
answer.
me, dude, and like I never thought I'd be in dealing with this asshole again.
I
But
even
this is
made
where I
a
belong.
fake bass player go in and audition before me, so I would sound better when I came in.
He's a crazy son of a bitch, but he's good.
Well, I had one of my friends go in with one of my extra bass guitars, and I had him go in and play, which
We were
he
like,
can't
nah.
play.
No.
So they're like, no. And then I scheduled mine to show up that same day.
Right.
So I come in and played after this guy that didn't play bass, so it made me look better. So it was kind of shiesty, but it did the job.
Well, let's talk about your album. You guys went in the recording studio.
Yeah.
How was that? Where did you guys go?
We went to Mine Rocket, and it was recorded and produced by Josh Roman, which is very awesome. Josh Roman is great.
Same shit we do with PDP and My Life, but this time Josh has gotten a whole bunch more equipment. And it's just we took a lot more time on it, and this time around we said, Josh, we want you to tell us what's going the fuck on, because like Josh is a really laid back guy.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, do what you want to do. He's not very interruptive and disruptive about the shit, but it's like, what do you think? And next thing you know, he's like, get out there and do that again. We're working on this shit.
It was a very productive day. Actually, Jeffy cut his drums all in one day.
Yeah.
And me and Adam hammered down the next day. Robbie, man, that guy, I don't think Robbie is ever off the clock. He is on it. Every fucking time that guy does it, he fucking hits it.
He's got better and better, man. I mean, like, he's doing shit that nobody else is doing out here, man. And it's like, the same with Dustin and fucking Jeffy, dude. It's like, I'm a pretty modest guy and whatever about myself, but these guys know what they're doing. I almost feel like the guys following them around. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, this is the second show that you guys played today. The second show. What do you got from the shows? Do you have anything,
Hopefully Vex Fest. Sounds like we're playing Vex Fest. There's some music festivals, Face Fest. I think it's like August 14th, something like that. There's the Silent Shakedown at the end of July. July 20th, something like that. And,
July 22nd.
We're definitely, above all else, trying to get on Warped Tour. And I believe the Warped Tour for Burger Sound is what, July 29th, something like that. I think that voting ends in about a week. So battleofthebands.com, and just type in the Telephone Norway. That's pretty important because more plays and more sounds. They're picking 4 fucking bands to play that show. And it's like, if we get picked for that, don't doubt us coming out naked. We're going to make you happy somehow. If I have shit on fucking stage and he cleans it up with his nose, it happens.
Hey, it's great. Bobby and Jeffy aren't here. So what do you think about, those guys?
Assholes.
Think so?
Douchebags.
Yeah.
Complete asshole
Big time.
douchebags.
Yeah.
No, dude, I love everything about both of them.
Jeffy sucks, dude.
Except for Jeffy and Rob, I hate everything about both of them.
Right.
No, seriously, like, we were just on it. This is the strings and the dings.
Strings and the dings.
But, I mean, like, you
We're
got...
the strings, they're the dings.
Dude, there's nobody in this band that is more important than anybody in the band. And kind of the one thing I like about being a 4-piece.
Yeah, I mean, you make mistakes like that before, and this band is completely...
Everybody does their part. You know what? Let's talk about the greatest band. The greatest band, we can argue about this later. We've done in the past what we ate omelets. But the greatest band in history pretty much is Led Zeppelin.
I like omelets.
They were a 4-piece.
Right.
Bass, guitar, drums. Greatest band ever. Black Sabbath. Let's get into that.
Okay, I would agree with that.
Okay, Black Sabbath, fine. I'm just saying, we make fucking noise. We don't need anybody else. We've talked about having other people in the band and doing this, that, and everything, but at the end of the day, sometimes less is more, man.
Well, I'm going to go back around and ask you guys, because I'm going to be talking to Robbie and Jeffy here after you guys. What do you think they're going to say about you?
Probably going to say I'm fat and I have giant milky tits.
They're gonna say I'm gay.
I'm going to say he's gay. Okay?
Yeah.
And they're right,
Well, I am fat and I have milky tits.
But you're not gay.
It's questionable.
That,
Much
we're working on that. We're discussing that, hey, calm a little bit down.
We'll leave people open to their imagination.
I think Jeffy's going to talk a lot because Jeffy has a lot to say.
Is he?
But he's very opinionated and he's
Yeah,
well spoken.
Oh.
I think Robbie might be pretty fucking drunk by now. And he's gonna say,
He's gonna slur his words.
That's so weird, because I was gonna say Jeffy was gonna be the one drunk.
I know.
You know, Robbie probably be drunk too. But hey, we'll make a bet. I bet Jeffy, when Scotty Dog interviews, I bet Jeffy would be drunker than Rupert.
I doubt it.
Okay. We'll see who's drunker.
We'll see what happens coming up next.
Anything else that you guys want to say that might not touch base
I want to
on?
say,
I'm gonna talk to them about
I want to say go vote, please. I'm not a begging kind of guy, but I'm begging. As soon as it's pretty
I
little.
want to say that I'm a lover, and my number is 555-0123.
You're alive.